It was in the evening when the new native doctor from finally arrived at Chief Akpo's compound. He was a tall man with broad shoulders, his body covered with white chalk, and he carried a big calabash filled with charms. His eyes were sharp and restless, and he walked like a lion that feared nothing. The people shouted with relief when they saw him. "The mighty one has come," they said. The elders quickly took him to their corner, sat him down, and explained everything that had happened since morning. They told him how Dike and Uche died after opening the casket, how Madam Adis fell, and how Okonkwo, their first medicine man, was also destroyed. The native doctor listened quietly, nodding slowly. Then he cleared his throat and spoke with a deep voice. "Elders, what you are facing is not ordinary. The spirit in this casket is powerful and dangerous. But fear not, for I have handled worse in my journeys. The gods of my father are strong. I will not fail you." The elders sighed, their hope restored. The crowd gathered again, pressing forward to watch. The native doctor marched straight to the casket without shaking. He dropped his calabash on the ground and brought out cowries, chalk, and red cloth. He spread them around the casket carefully, chanting incantations as his voice grew louder and stronger. "Spirits of light, swallow spirits of darkness," he shouted. He sprinkled powder on the ground, poured palm wine on the casket, and hit it 3 times with his staff. The villagers watched with fear and excitement. "This one is strong," they whispered. "Surely, he will conquer." When he was done with his rituals, the native doctor stood tall, stretched out both hands, and pulled at the lid of the casket. Everyone held their breath. For the first time, the casket opened without anybody falling dead immediately. Gasps of shock filled the compound. "He has done it," people screamed. "He is stronger than the others." But before they could rejoice, something strange began to happen. The native doctor's eyes rolled backward, his body shook, and suddenly he began to laugh like a madman. His laughter echoed and frightened everyone around. Before the elders could ask what was happening, he tore off his clothes and stood naked before the crowd. He dropped his staff and his charms, then jumped up and down like a possessed animal. "Leave me! Leave me!" he screamed, running in circles. Suddenly, he broke free from the compound and rushed into the streets. The villagers ran after him, but they could not catch him. He ran with a speed that was not human. His mouth foamed, his eyes turned wild, and everyone shouted, "He has gone mad." The whole community was thrown into deeper confusion. People held their heads and screamed. "What kind of casket is this?" one woman shouted. "It kills some, and drives others mad." The elders were completely shocked. Ichimadu shook his head slowly and said, "In all my years as an elder, I have never seen such a thing. This is beyond the power of any native doctor. The spirit behind this casket is stronger than our tradition. We cannot continue this way." Other elders nodded, their faces pale with fear. Amoka, the only daughter, began to cry again. "Father, what have you done to us? Why is your burial full of death and shame? Who will save us now?" she wept. Her brothers were silent, their hearts troubled. The villagers kept murmuring. Some said they would never return to Chief Akpo's compound again. Others suggested that the casket should be buried without delay. But the children of Chief Akpo remained stubborn. "We must know what is inside," they insisted. "If 2 medicine men have failed, then another power must be tried." One of the elders finally stood up with boldness. It was Ichi Okafor, the second oldest man in the land. He cleared his throat and said, "We have tried the way of the gods. It has failed. Now, let us try the way of heaven. There is a pastor in this land, Pastor Joshua. He is known everywhere for signs and wonders. He has cast out demons before, and he has healed many who were possessed. If anybody can handle this casket, it is him." The crowd shouted in agreement. Another elder added, "Yes. Go to Pastor Joshua's church and bring him here, Ichimadu commanded. The messengers ran out quickly. The whole compound went silent again, everyone waiting. Fear and hope mixed together in the hearts of the people. Some villagers whispered, "If even the pastor fails, then we are doomed." Others said, "This is the last chance." The night was already drawing close, but many did not want to leave. They wanted to see what would happen next. The messengers hurried down the dusty road to meet Pastor Joshua. The pastor listened carefully and agreed to come. Meanwhile, back in the compound, the elders and villagers waited anxiously for his arrival. To be continued.